Today is August 21st. We are headed into work, but first we're dropping June and Sunny at TJ's parents'. It's gonna be a good day.
We get the whole day to work together. It's amazing.
Cheers.
Okay, today is the day of the final proofs. Hopefully by the time you see this edited video, this has been released.
I got payment for you. Awesome. You got that card?
You don't need your card, babe. Just use your muscles.
Just use my muscles. We are about to get new shirts.
Chad's jamming.
Chad's got the jams on. Good job, Matt. Wow, Rich.
You're good.
Wow.
You can
right
talk.
in the middle of a story.
That's
Cut.
okay.
New sweatshirts. Look. Just look. Just look at it.
Going through the final touch-ups. Looking good, bro. What a long and winding road it's been.
Perfect.
Okay, you stand there and hold this up, and I'll hold this up, and then we'll look really happy and smile. And actually, no, we'll say, hey guys, the Instagram PDF's finally available, swipe
Yeah.
up to buy it, and then, you know, we'll say bye and smile. So look really happy, okay?
All right, ready?
All right, ready? What's up, guys? The Instagram strategy guide is finally here. Brooke, you did an amazing job getting it done. We are so excited. It's jam-packed full of advice and stuff that's gonna help you grow your brand, increase your following, make life easier, and that's really the goal for us. We wanna make your lives easier. And with every purchase comes access to an to a Facebook group where you can ask Brooke and I questions. She's making it rain. We would really appreciate it. If you use the code IG, just 2 letters ING, you will save 50% off your download. Saying thank you so much. We are headed home after a very long but very productive day. But one of those productive days where like you had so much on your list that like even though we did get a lot done, it was like there's all these things that still need to be done. And so it's sort of like one of those bittersweet days where like we did it,
But there's so much to
but
do.
there's so much more.
It's okay.
It's okay.
I'm gonna get it done.
Yeah, it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great. Babe,
It's gonna be great.
it's gonna be great. So, it's Tuesday, which means I played soccer. I can't remember the last time we played soccer and it didn't rain, but it's still super fun. And it's actually not that late right now, but because of the storm, it's so dark. It's kind of freaking me out. But headed home for the day and gonna share my final thoughts. Hey everyone, I actually wrote out my final thoughts for today just because I wanted to be clear and I wanted to sort of tell a story. So I'm going to read them. So it's going to look like I'm looking up here, but that's because they're on my computer screen. There are always going to be hard seasons in your life. It's just part of life, no matter how much money you make, how many followers you have, or where you were born. It's how we choose to respond during those times and who we choose to trust during those seasons that will determine a lot about our lives. And I'm going to be honest with you guys about our current season, about the current season we are in, which we like to call the entire year of 2018 thus far. We started the year off with Brooke taking some time away from work for maternity leave, which meant that I had a lot more on my plate. But we felt like the Lord was putting the 6-month maternity leave on our minds and hearts, and so we wanted to be obedient. It wasn't easy because the temptations to have her work again definitely came multiple times while she was on leave. We had 2 of our 3 team members put in their 2 weeks notice on the same day, which meant even more on my plate. We had a new business in supply, which meant even more on my plate. Sales were down at Walk in Love, and I had more work to do than ever before by myself. I'm not complaining. It's just the way it was for a season. And at every turn, Brooke offered to come back and help, and I declined because I wanted to stay true to the 6-month commitment we had made. And this is the part of the story where you expect me to say, and then because we were obedient, God opened up the floodgates and we started selling more t-shirts and everything was great. Or the moment Brooke came back to work, everything started making money again. Well, in this story, the opposite happened. We've had our hardest year in business thus far, selling fewer t-shirts than we did in the previous year. It could be a lot of things, it could just be one thing, or it could be just the way it is after 13 years of doing this, but that's not the point of these thoughts. The point is that often in life, we expect something after obedience. We expect growth or blessing or victory, when I think what God is looking for is just obedience for obedience sake. Not because of what will happen at the end, but what happens during it. People close to me have been asking how my life is, and I usually say the same thing. I say, my life is great, my business is not, but my life is great. This year, Brooke and I have fallen more in love. We've enjoyed more time with our kids, and we've been happier than ever before because we genuinely believe that joy is a choice. If the Apostle Paul can choose joy in prison over and over again, we can choose joy anytime, any place, anywhere, because the love of Christ is greater than everything. It's during these problematic seasons that you pray and ask others to pray. If you could just pray for our business, that would be great. And then you close your eyes and you peek out and you look at your sales and you think, that didn't work. And it's sad because it's true, and we all do it. And while sometimes God does do this big and something big and extravagant and heal someone or whatever, his usual method is to have a burning bush in the random desert where there is no fanfare and no cameras. And so today, after 2 long weeks within a long year of working hard on this PDF about our Instagram strategy, which is a definite shift in our company's products, we had our very quiet and very still burning bush moment. After sharing on Instagram that the PDF was complete and ready for purchase, I refreshed our sales page to see if anyone had placed an order, hoping and praying that someone would. And someone did. And when I looked at the name, I saw it, our quietly burning bush in the middle of a desert season. It was the same person, the very first person who ever purchased a t-shirt from me online over 13 years ago. We sometimes look for or expect the extravagant, but God is often in the subtle and the quiet, gently wowing us with things that we could have never planned or expected. So if you, like Brooke and I, are in a hard season or a difficult time in life, be obedient with no expectations. And be on the lookout for that burning bush or that gentle whisper as God does something absolutely magical in your life. See you tomorrow.